The 15th Annual Corporate Golf Challenge, hosted by CNBC Africa and the ABN Group, is a day filled with optimism, integral sportsmanship, and blended with hearts of gold for a good cause. It is a beautiful sunny morning at the Lost City Golf Course at Sun City in the northwest, and the atmosphere is exhilarating. Eager participants start the day at the registration desk. With much excitement and enthusiasm, business leaders start warming up their shoulders and practicing their swings. We caught up with them. Why in particular is your participation so important to this day?
Yeah, this day of golf is not just about entertainment, it's more on networking and also experiencing this course, the beautiful Sun City, Lost City golf course. And I think for me, ultimately it's more about networking with different business people in the different sectors in Africa. That's why it's so important to me.
Why are you participating in this golf day and why is it important to you?
Good morning. It's important because firstly, it is a beautiful day. It's a beautiful course, and I'm going to be meeting beautiful people, networking, and having fun. And CNBC, we thank for bringing us here, and we hope for the next one and the next one. And thanks God that COVID is no longer here. We can be out and we can enjoy the sun.
Now, as the participants continue their registration process and complete their warm-up sessions, we catch up with the patron of the ABN Education Trust.
So as you can see, it's a beautiful sunny day and it feels so good to be amongst friends. You know, after COVID 2 years, no one has got together. And today is actually a very special day for us. It's our annual golf day, which is basically for fundraising. We as a family, as well as a group and a company, are very, very clear that we want to give back to those who are less fortunate than us. And I have been involved with the ABN Education Trust from the very inception. It was started in 2011. And we've been working very closely with a number of orphanages in South Africa, in Kenya, some in Rwanda, and in Ghana as well. And over here, what is so amazing is that I've seen these children literally from the time they were 9 months old. And just last week, went and met them. And now, as I said earlier, it's almost 15 years since we started this activity. And they were these two bright young girls, I remember. I was so impressed with them. I asked them, what do you want to be? So one says, I want to be an aeronautical engineer. And the second one said, I want to be a physiotherapist.
Hi, my name is Koketso. When I grew up, I went to be an aerospace engineer.
Hi, my name is Amgelang. When I grew up, I want to be a beauty therapist.
So the idea behind the golf day is to involve our friends across all society, be it the corporate sector, be it just friends, guests, to come and contribute, open their purses, be generous, because they know that these funds are used to educate these children.
After the warm-ups were done and a bit of humorous banter between the golfers, with eagerness in their steps, the teams hopped onto their golf carts and headed to the first tee.
We are here to assist, and after yesterday's speech from Ricky, I think we are all charged up to help the world and change the way we think. And I think COVID has made us all think about that a bit more.
Yes, ABN Trust is very, very close to us. The people who are behind it, Saloni Wahi and Rakesh Wahi, we are very, very fond of them, and we go back 40 years with our friendship.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why we have flown all the way from India to be here and to encourage them and to give them all the power and the energy, and we would be very happy to contribute.
I agree with her completely, and I'm completely involved with Tutuzela and wherever they are since many years now. Whatever we can do, we would love to do that.
The cold morning breeze has finally settled and the sun is shining high above the beautiful skies. All the participants are now fully immersed in the golf game, and one is left with an elated feeling of enthusiasm and a winning spirit. We bump into the directors of BDO strategizing the next big winning swings and remaining focused on the individual game at hand. So, good morning. It seems like you guys have a great start and your shoulders are open. How are you guys feeling?
We're feeling good. It's about 9 holes, so we're starting to get warm now. Not all of us. Some of us are playing quite well.
We haven't quite hit 9 holes, but we're getting better. Except for one. One of amongst us here has had a stormer. Hasn't dropped one shot.
Gentlemen, you guys have had a head start. Again, I mean, it seems like, the mood is up. Y'all are doing great. How are you guys feeling?
No, the energy is there. We had a nice start. It's a beautiful day. And it's a great initiative to be part of. And I must say, the day and the weather cannot be better.
So there's an absolute enjoyment. And how are you guys finding the course?
The course is in absolutely great condition. I mean, for this time of the year, start of the winter, it's green, it's lush, perfect condition for golf. Perfect day.
A 4-ball gathers at their first team. The order of the day is to be great sportsmen, and winning is at the top of their conversational loves, alluding to which team they wanted to beat. We asked for their views on the importance of such a day. Fantastic. You and your team, you're doing great. Is there a particular team that you're trying to beat this morning?
We have to beat the chair, Mr. Wahi.
No, we want to beat Rakesh's team. we have to do that. It's important. If they come, if we come second last, they must come last. Yeah.
Shoulders squared, with perfect stance and strong swings, the participants ease themselves into a good start of a day's golfing. Words of encouragement shows that this is truly a gentleman's game.
Well, firstly, it's not only the networking, but also the charity part, which will be benefiting from this. But it's also always good to get out, especially after 2 years of COVID. It's been intense. So hopefully it's a sign that normality is coming in back slowly. Obviously, we can't be careless, but it's a good opportunity.
No, this is absolutely excellent. Obviously, golf is something that you can play, particularly in the COVID environment as well, because we're outside, but this is absolutely wonderful. Started last night with the dinner and the prize giving, which was excellent. And then to reconnect, like you say, with old friends is always wonderful. So certainly going to support the Trust Fund. The work that they do was excellent. And as you said, particularly coming out of COVID, we must not forget that we're fortunate. There are others that's less fortunate, and we must do everything we can to help those that are less fortunate.
Look, I think it's actually quite a relief that we could get out of COVID. COVID has been difficult, both for the economy and for the health. So going out and CNBC inviting us here, really we're thankful to Rakesh, because also to bring us out to Sun City, the weather is fantastic. Don't ask me about the golf, we'll check on prize giving, what's going on.
No, it's been wonderful to be out there and seeing the many faces that we normally enjoy ourselves with, and what a wonderful time to celebrate the anniversary for CNBC Africa. 15 years is not just child's play, it's really a good milestone, and congratulations to the team.
Yes, it's quite important that we also lend a hand, especially as I said earlier, with the economy being so bad, and Rakesh and the team doing a fantastic job. So in our small way, we will be able to help somehow, either through bidding or, secret, in those secret donations that we normally do.
It's a wonderful initiative. It's for education. Education is a foundation for any greatness that anyone wants to achieve. It starts off with education, and what the foundation is doing is really great, and we'll try and help where we can.
Yeah, I think for me it's very particularly important because I'm a lecturer at the University of Johannesburg, and I know that some of our students in the School of Communication have benefited from the ABN Trust in terms of internship and scholarships. So for me, it plays a very significant role to actually be here and take part in this process, because I knew already that some of our students had already benefited. I cannot even describe. After 2 years of being locked up, not seeing people, not connecting, being here is so wonderful. We're all looking forward to this particular day, to connect with people and just to move around here. It's beautiful, and just that connection. My spirits are lifted. I feel useful again as a useful member of society, and it's just so nice that we can do this.
I think we have described it in the most wonderful of terms. After not being able to interact and engage socially with people for the last 2 years, this is an exciting opportunity. Apart from the golf itself, just to interact, to walk and play with people and connect with colleagues that we've not been able to connect physically for the last 2 years is exciting. And to spend 4.5 hours with them is even more better. The responsibility that we have as executives in different companies, apart from running our companies exceptionally well, we also have a social responsibility to make sure that we can uplift the communities within which we operate, that we can make a difference, especially in sub-Saharan Africa. And the role that the Trust plays, I mean, it's unbelievably powerful. And I wish we could have more participation, more corporate sponsoring, more individuals being involved, and more people doing similar initiatives in their own sort of kind of ways. Ultimately, if we cannot transform the societies within which we live, the success of our businesses will be limited and will be short-lived. So this is unbelievably useful, and it is something that I think all of us should embrace and support. And to have then this physical interaction today just reinforces the importance of uplifting everyone. I think there are a number of things that we can do things differently. Certainly we can have more flexi work arrangement, but COVID has also deeply reminded us that after all we're human beings at heart. Even though we can sit in front of our screens, connect to people and still be able to do work, we miss that interaction, we miss the creativity, and there are a lot of lives that have been lost and people who have been touched by COVID, who have lost loved ones, who themselves got sick, and it is that human feeling and the recognition that everything else is important, but nothing is as important as our humanity and the love for humanity and the need to support.
It's a privilege to be here and celebrating 15 years of CNBC Africa. I think it's a milestone that should be celebrated. But secondly, this is all in an effort to raise funding to have students supported financially. I think that's something that ought to be supported. Yes,
it's a good initiative, and one always wants to associate themselves with good initiatives. Anything that helps some segment of the society in some way, I'll be there.
This is absolutely critical. Our country has really got a lot of complexity, a lot of needs, and anything to do with uplifting society is where you find us. I mean, we will support anything that in that direction.
As the final teams make their way back to the country club, the atmosphere is filled with happiness and excitement before the prize giving and fundraising auction for the ABN Education Trust.
The ABN Trust was established in 2011 by founder Rakesh Wahi to consolidate the CSR activities of the ABN Group. The Trust gets its funding from the Wahi family, the ABN Group of Companies, the Transnational Academic Group, and through the tireless efforts of its patron, Mrs. Saloni Wahi. The Group MD, Roberta Naika, along with other trustees, has worked tirelessly to raise funds for various initiatives including Women in Power events, golf days, auctions, and appeals to corporates and individuals who have a focus on helping the needy. The group took a decision to focus on 3 principal activities. The first is to support orphanages offering opportunities to children who were in a desperate situation due to no fault of their own. Rather than support established orphanages, the ABN Education Trust decided to support small and rudimentary orphanages that weren't established under any proper corporate structures or received any government grants or corporate support. One example is the Thuthuzela orphanage in Alexandra that the Trust first gifted with a minibus in 2012 and then in 2014 helped move to a permanent home in Kelvin.
Hi, my name is Koketsu. When I grew up, I went to be an aerospace engineer.
Hi, my name is Amgelang. When I grew up, I want to be a beauty therapist.
Hi, my name is Sato. When I grew up, I want to be electronic engineering.
Hi, my name is Kafis. When I grow up, I want to be a lawyer.
The Trust is currently assisting Mei-Ngangani in Nkosini, another daycare centre that provides a daily soup kitchen to children in Alexandra Township. Assistance included waterproofing their current facilities and the provision of freezers, cupboards for the kitchen, clothes, books, and much more. The second is to provide tertiary education bursaries to students, particularly young women. Over the past 8 years, the Trust has provided bursaries to over 30 students to complete their graduation. Similar bursaries have been provided to students in Ghana and Rwanda.
I was in the classroom and our SEPIN come in the class and say that there is a scholarship for one student. The scholarship is for the student who is self-loan, who had never get another scholarship. And then after Njuguna, she was the dean of our department, Joseph Njuguna, and he told me that you are the one who got that scholarship. From the bottom of my heart, I thank them because they played a big role in my life. Because without them, I have never studied and finished my school.
The third is internship opportunities to young Africans for invaluable work experience that provides them with the necessary foundation to apply for jobs and enter the formal workforce.
So I applied for the ABN Trust Scholarship. I was interviewed. And what I remember is that I really got the sense that these people were all about helping young people like myself. They had a way of seeing into somebody's passion and in any way that they could.
The Sogolo community says there used to be graves here that were cleared to make way for the mine's activities.
In addition to the core activities, the Trust participates in various other activities together with the Transnational Academic Group. This group provides students across emerging markets access to top-ranked post-secondary and executive education and has given bursaries, scholarships and fee discounts since 2008, totaling over 100 million rand. TAG Ghana founded the TAG Education Trust Fund to support the education and development of beneficiaries of the foundation in Ghana, as well as orphanages such as Rising Star Home. For more information, or to become involved in any of these activities, contact us on ABN Education Trust at abn360.com.
The auctioneer steps to the podium, explains how the auction will work, and gets straight into the items. Breathtaking porcelain handmade items are being auctioned, and the response is fantastic. The bids keep climbing, and with a bang, the items are sold to the highest bidder. The atmosphere in the room is full of enjoyment, and stallion support is being shown amongst the participants.
got some work to do, so we're going to get through this first. And as I said, we're going to keep it short, sharp, and also on the auction, we're going to move quick and fast, so make sure that you're in it to win it. All right, well, we're going to open it up at 3,000 Rand nonetheless. Do I have an opening bid of 3,000 Rand? Ma'am, I'm going to come back to you. 3,000 Rand, thank you very much. 3.5? Do I have 3.5? I've got 3,000 at the moment, I'm looking for 3.5. Otherwise, 3.5? Thank you very much. 4, ma'am, sir, 4 in the back. Ma'am, back to you, 4.5. 5? Are you in at 5? Sir, are you in at 5? You still there? 5, thank you very much, ma'am. 5.5. Thank you. So back to you, 6. 5.5. Otherwise, I'm going to let it go at 5.5. 5.5 going once. 5.5 going twice. Sold at 5,500. Thank you very much.
The goal of the day has been reached.
A beautiful day. I thought it was very well organized. I'm very excited that I won, and it was a beautiful day. The weather was brilliant, and the organizers did everything. I felt very honored to be part of this day.
And a great time was had by all. And here's to next year.